All right, guys. We're back for another Dokkan battle video. We got some good information here from Rick. So we've been kind of talking about, over the last couple of days, right? Like when we did the video about the upcoming content earlier and stuff like that. Like what we can expect over the next couple of weeks leading into the Tanabata replacement celebration, right? So remember, what happened was they took what used to be the Tanabata celebration and they moved that basically into the spot where the Worldwide Download celebration used to be. And their reasoning for doing that is because they wanted to have like the other, like, you know, double dual DOKKANFEST type level celebration, right? They wanted to have that in place of the global anniversary, right? So they would have, again, kind of a thing, you know, a real like anniversary level celebration for Global's anniversary, which I thought makes a lot of sense. It worked well. I thought the Global Dokkan celebration, to me, seems to be like it was a huge success. I thought it was awesome. I think it was just good all around. A lot of gigantic, content, you know. So Tanabata is moved down to here. Now, Tanabata it was a DOKKANFEST LR and a Carnival LR is what it was, right? So, previous Tanabata characters, just to give you an example, the legendary Int Super Saiyan 4 Goku is a Tanabata LR. The legendary, because he's actually good right now, Carnival Omega previously was. Ultra Instinct Goku was last year's DOKKANFEST. And then the Immortal Timeless Jiren was the Carnival. So, like, these are what the last 2 years were. Super Saiyan 4 Goku into Omega, and then UI Goku into Jiren. Those are what, like, just to give you guys an example of what the last two celebrations Tanabata have looked like. So, that presumably will be the structure here. Now, I do need to just throw in one more extra thing here. Remember that they did something they've never done before. They turned the Golden Week LR used to be a Yellow Coin LR. Previously, it was LR Ultimate Gohan. The year before that was LR Bulma, damn near best unit in the game, right? Top 5 level character. Well, top 3 level character. But Kale and Khalifa, they made them a Carnival. The reason they might have done this is they're a tag character, by the way. Dokkan is making all of these tag characters like DOKKANFEST or Carnival level LRs. They're all either DOKKANFEST LRs or Carnival LRs, except, let's go to Gifted Warriors because this has every single one of them on it. So, starting with Tag Goku, all of the tag characters are DOKKANFEST or Carnival LRs, except for the free-to-play, Kid Trunks and Kid Goten. They are just a free-to-play TUR. So, I wonder if, like, the reason, like, this Yellow Coin LR for Golden Week was just turned into a Carnival, right? And if, you know, the reason why, this DOKKANFEST that just dropped, you know, they made a DOKKANFEST LR, if it was because they had the idea for the tags, right? So, I mean, it's possible that the Tanabata celebration, and it's going to be called something different because Tanabata was an actual holiday in Japan in July, and now that it's going to be in September, it's going to be called something different. It's possible that we'll be looking at a DOKKANFEST LR into a Yellow Coin LR Part 2. So just keep in mind. It does feel like this year has been really crazy. Like, we're just leaving the Global Dokkan celebration. I had thought, based on this, that this probably meant they were going to reveal something here. But Rick's thread is showing. I guess I just did a lot of. Let's jump in. I did a lot of yapping. You guys know me, right? But just kind of setting the scene here. So regarding the Tanabata replacement celebration, will start on the 29th. Now, if we just quickly take a glance here, again, here's last year's. 28th is when the banners dropped. 2 years ago, 27th is when the banners dropped, right? So, and then the year before that would have been Tech Goku and Final Form Cooler. So, that is like the 29th that Rick thinks. That is kind of like the typical starting time that we would see for the Worldwide Download celebration. Yeah, 29th, which is Friday. Yep, okay. Like the last day of the week before the weekend of the month. Makes sense. Think that by September, They're just talking about when most of the celebration will take place. Ooh, boy. Have I been saying that in a lot of videos this year. How, remember when they showed their, like, this is not the ridiculously jumbled up version, but they showed a version that had, like, Golden Week in, like, June and shit. It's like, bruh, like, come on. Let's be serious here. So, okay, we got that. True that the Elder Kai banner dates aren't as accurate as before. That usually applies to ones in the middle of the month. Ones that correspond to DOKKANFEST are almost always accurate, and they're never off by more than 1 to 2 days. Okay, so that's at the 29th, sure. In 2025, most of the sales have ended 1 to 3 days before the next banner. Only exception was a sale before the 10th anniversary, which had the 10-day countdown. Sales for GDC ended 3 days before GDC started. This is the 26th, lining us up with the 29th, okay. Past celebrations, Memorial Dragonstone calculation periods usually ended 7 days before they are distributed. So I think the celebration and banner will start on the 29th. That makes sense, okay. Also, they could show anything here. Could just be the Part 2 Carnival LR art, for example. Or since we don't know if the special stage will be streamed yet, could be a presentation meant for people at the venue to show new features or modes available in the demo play. Yeah, it's this is very interesting, this right here. So, like, there's... I had figured that this was just going to kind of be, like, kind of the replacement for what was going to be the global, like, member fan meetup, which was going to be happening before the start of the 10th anniversary, right? Which was canceled by the LA wildfires. I figured that this was kind of just like a replacement for that, but maybe, like, remember, we do typically have like a major update that comes in August as well. So maybe we could even be seeing that, right? We could be seeing some sort of major kind of like, update coming up at some point. And, maybe it would be like some really big gameplay change that would be on display here. Very possible. So, all right. It looks as though the celebration will be starting a little bit sooner than expected. So, I mean, with the knowledge that this banner drops like potentially on the 29th, and then we would just go back into like kind of like the normal JP schedule, I would presume, for the rest of the year, right? So like the next Dokkan Fest after that would probably be October 3rd, right? We'd get like a Part 2 LR. Halloween, we'll have a Dokkan Fest like always. November, we'll see, because Heroes is done now, right? Because, again, some moron at the top of Shueisha, who's very stupid, by the way, thought, what if we got rid of Heroes? No one likes that. Let's do Super Divers. Yeah, genius. So we might just get like a Part 2 LR instead of the Heroes characters. We'll see. Maybe, if they wanted to be really fun, like the October 31st Dokkan Fest would be something like Super Saiyan 3 Bardock or something, dude, right? Like, imagine they drop, again, a new Dokkan Fest Super Saiyan 3 Bardock, with like heavy, wait, where is he? With like heavy references to like other stuff, and like this guy, but like with like good animations. Like, imagine how sick that would be, right? Like, and then it would make sense if they would drop some sort of crossover Dokkan Fest character, and then they could still, pump out some of those Heroes EZAs and stuff that they did say they were still going to be doing, right? So, there's that. And then December, again, I think would be the same as always, where we'll get a Dokkan Fest probably like November 28th, and then we'll have maybe a carnival. Well, they probably would keep that a carnival. Yeah, damn, they just added a bunch of extra Dokkan Fest LRs and Carnival LRs throughout the year, which is still so crazy. So, all right, we're leading into this celebration. If this is true, I do wonder, because, I mean, if the banner is now the 29th, I feel like, I mean, the data download is in 5 hours. If the Peppy Gals were dropping this week, they surely would have been tweeted last night, right? Like, could they be tweeted right before the data download? I guess. We don't really usually see new characters tweeted right before a data download, unless it's like major celebration stuff. I'm looking for last year's Peppy Gal banner, by the way. So remember the Peppy Gal banner. Wait, I just got lost. Hold on. Yeah, right here. Last year, this was on the 14th. So, I mean, yeah, holy shit. Dude, this is going to drop on the 20th, and the banner is really going to be around for like a week. Like, they really just decided to try and squeeze this in anyway. All right, sure, okay. Well, yeah, so I guess this week, right, we have Gohan plus, you know, a lot of content stages. Next week will probably be all the Peppy Gal stuff. This banner, the Easy 8, Chi Lion, Fasha, maybe another exciting heroine battle event or something like that. And then the week after, apparently, is a countdown. Dude, Dokkan, like, Jesus, dude. There's not even a second break. It's just like, all right, into another DOKKANFEST LR. Here we go. They're really doing essentially 4 consecutive DOKKANFEST LRs and DOKKANFEST slots. That does seem crazy, right? Because think about it. 4 DOKKANFESts in a row are LRs. Gohan, Goten and Trunks, Omega Shenron, Blue Goku and Vegeta, and then it's going to be, you know, whatever the next one is. Right now, my primary guesses are Namek Goku, and I don't think that they would lead with the villain, by the way. So, like, oh, like, it could be, like, the DOKKANFEST LR Gomer, DOKKANFEST LR Frieza, or something. Like, nah, they're going to open with the Saiyan. It's just what they're going to do, right? So, right now, my guesses would be him. I think this character as a tag is another, like, one of my official guesses. And then lastly is Daima Super Saiyan 4 Goku, right? Eventually I'm just going to guess him every celebration. Eventually they'll drop him and I'll go, guys, I called it. I did. No, I'm not. I'm joking. I'm not going to. Yeah. Guys, I called it. Daima. Duh. Of course it was, right? Yeah, no. But yeah, so dude, imagine if these guys, tag version of these guys is the DOKKANFEST LR. You know what that means. The part 2 LR would be Kid Buu. Oh, yeah. Dude, that would be... They announced this guy, and people will have a fucking meltdown because that... Dude, like, Kid Buu... Like, I don't think that they would pump fake like that. Like, it really would be Kid Buu in part 2. People would be going crazy. We'll see. And I think we're definitely geared up for Namek as in one of these major spots coming up soon, too. So, again, Namek, Climax of Buu Saga, and Daima are kind of my 3 picks. So, we'll see what's going to happen. Let me know what you guys think. But looks like we're moving into another DOKKANFEST LR level celebration sooner rather than later. August 29th is crazy. Because I was thinking, you know, like September 8th. But the 29th? Sure. Sounds good.